Two West African countries have said that any military intervention against Niger will be considered as a declaration of war against them. The military juntas that rule both Mali and Burkina Faso made the joint statement after the army seized control in Niger last week. The Economic Community of Western African States, or ECOWAS, has announced sanctions against Niger and says that it will use force if the military does not reinstate President Mohamed Bazoum within 1 week. Correspondent Olisa Shukuma joins us now from Lagos in neighboring Nigeria. So, we're hearing that Mali and Burkina Faso seem to be aligning themselves with the coup leaders in Niger. What are we to make of that?
Well, Sarah, it does put the situation in West Africa into a tricky one. It's clearly now stakes high between ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States, who gave Niger that 7-day ultimatum, which is already counting into the second day now, and, the junta-led bloc of Mali and Burkina Faso. And you might want to add Guinea into that mix. Now, this declaration made by both countries against any action by ECOWAS does seem to raise the stakes on the West African region and the continent about perhaps a possible escalation of situations which many might not find quite happy with. So that's the situation as we speak now. This big one from Mali and Burkina Faso. A huge surprise, though. But you might say the ultimatum given by ECOWAS on Sunday was also a big surprise on the West African region.
And let's turn to the citizens of Niger as well, because we've been seeing reports of thousands taking part in these protests in the capital in the past 2 days, or rather 2 days ago. We saw pictures of people, in fact, waving Russian flags and the French embassy being attacked. Why do some people want Russia to exert more influence in Niger?
Well, it does seem that for many Nigerians in the capital of Niamey, Russia seems to be perhaps the alternative option to Western powers or French former colonial power that they have been used to. Niger clearly have had French forces who were chased away from Mali and Burkina Faso, having their bases there alongside other Western coalition units, and they've been very unhappy about that. There has been very huge growing anti-French sentiment in the region of Burkina Faso, Mali, and the Sahel. Many people see the French as perhaps just exploiters and former colonial powers, and nothing to gain from that relationship. So that's why it does seem that Russia seems to be where they are tilting to. Yes, it's not confirmed that Niger will pivot towards Russia, but many of them in the capital are following the example shown by Malians and Burkina Faso. When the military juntas took over, people went into the streets and just basically began displaying Russian flags. But it does say that perhaps Russia is the best option for these people. Don't forget, many people also protested on the first day of the coup, saying that they do not want a military junta at all. They want to remain a democratically elected government. So it may have this, split, mixed scenario of the populace in terms of opinion of where they stand with the junta and also with the Russian influence.
DW correspondent Olisa Shukuma, thank you so much.